Hey guys, Gadgetman here with Nothing But Gadgets, and today I'm going to be looking at this CEYOMUR video doorbell, the R10 model. So 3, 2, 1, let's get at it. Alright guys, so this product was sent to me for free by the CEYOMUR company to do this review, so that's what I'm going to do. You know me, I'm going to take this product, put it out there, test it in the real world environment, and show you the real life results of how it performed. Okay guys, but let's first break it out of the box. Alright guys, so here's all what comes in the box. We've got a little USB powered doorbell system right here. Okay, we have a charger, wall charger here, a USB cable for charging the camera up, a little bitty star bit tool here, a master reset pin, little bag with some screws and wall mount for mounting it. This is a little security screw, which is actually what this goes to, this little tool right here. Okay, a couple of double-sided sticky tapes, the batteries here that go in it, and a 16 gigabyte SD card along with the actual installation and operating manuals. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and get this set up, then we'll install it and test it out for a while. So let me walk you through that whole process. Alright guys, so I'm back with the little doorbell camera, and before I jump into this, I just want to explain how the layout of this video is going to play out. In this case, normally I would do the installation portion and let you walk through that and then talk about the review, but this time I'm going to do the review first, and then if you're interested in watching the installation and the app setup portions of the video, those will come after the review portion, okay? And hopefully most of you are here for the review. Okay, so I set this up, and I actually took a vacation, and I was out of town for a week, and then I came back. And so I had a chance to really use this while on the road after setup, and I'm just going to say that it works fine. I had no problems with it on the road. I was able to access it. It sent me notifications. It did everything that like a Ring doorbell would do. Okay, so in that function, it worked very fine. It stores the videos that it records on the 16 gigabyte SD card that's internal to the device, and you can access those via the mobile app anytime that you want to, and you can watch the events that are going on. Okay, the app was pretty intuitive, pretty decent to use. I've used some that were a little better designed, but I've seen some that were a lot worse designed. I had no trouble learning how to use it quite rapidly, and it's not really overcomplicated, but it does exactly what you need it to do. Okay, which is allow you to see who's coming up to your door. As far as the doorbell itself, it works fine. The button works, and you can have it ring your phone, or you can have it ring a little actual doorbell that you plug into a wall outlet, or you can have it ring both. That's all set up in the app. Those all work pretty good. And you know, setup on it was, I would say, a little more complex than it needed to be. But if you read the instructions were clear on it, and if you read those, you can get it installed very easily. Now, let's talk about detection and video quality. Okay, so here I'm going to show you some videos for nighttime and daytime that were recorded on the camera while I was gone. All right, so you saw those there, and I mean, they're not super high quality 4K, but they're plenty adequate for you to tell what's going on outside, and see people or things like that. So I'm not, like I said, it's not the highest quality video, but it's totally adequate video. It's not a 4K device. It's just basically for identification and to see what's going on in your front door. All right, so and it works good for that. As far as detection goes, it does not detect in the full wide spectrum of the camera view. So what you're seeing with the camera view is not the detection range. The detection range is pretty narrow right in front of the doorbell. So it does things that are on the outside of the video field of view are not being picked up. Only things that actually come straight in front of the camera. So I have a UPS guy that comes and delivers packages to me, and he never actually goes in front of the door. He just comes up my little stair to the side, to the right-hand side of my doorway, and he just drops packages off right there in the corner. So it never picked him up because he never actually comes to the door. He just drops them off. And so I get deliveries 2 or 3 times a week, and not one time did it pick him up because he does not stand right in front. Now, anybody that goes right in front of this little detect sensor right here in a very narrow area, it picked all that up, but if it was off to the side a little bit, it did not pick it up. Okay, so that's, depends. I have some trees that are in front of my front yard, and they wave a lot in the wind. And although it did actually set it off a few times, it was very rare. Most of the detections, I would say 9 out of 10 detections and motion detections were actually something else other than the trees, moving. But I do have some pretty strong winds out here, and they did sometimes set it off, but it wasn't enough to really, it wasn't thousands of times a day. It was like maybe 2 or 3 times out of the whole day that it would get a false motion detection based on the trees waving in the wind. Okay, so detection ratio I think would be really good. Video is totally acceptable. One thing that I want to talk to you about is the actual video format. Okay, I've had a lot of security cameras, and generally they store the videos on the SD card in a format that I can take the SD card out and I can actually put it in the computer and download the videos and see them on the computer. This camera, you cannot do this. The SD card, the videos are stored in an encrypted format and cannot be read directly from the SD card. So there's no sense in pulling the SD card out because there's nothing on there that's of any utility. The files are stored there, but they are encrypted, and only this device can decrypt them. Okay? You can't, I'm not a super high, encryption technology guy, but I know that I took the files off of here and tried to play them in multiple players, even tried different file extensions, trying to trick them to play, and they would not play. They're not readable under normal circumstances. I'm sure a hacker probably could figure it out, but I'm not a hacker. Okay? The only way to get the images off of this camera is via the camera itself and the app. You have to have the mobile app. And here's the funny thing, okay? You can't actually download the videos off of this. Even with the app, you cannot download them. Okay, so you said, so you're probably thinking, well, how did you get those videos to show me? Well, that's kind of interesting. How you get the videos off this device is unlike any other device that I've ever used. You actually have to screen record the videos while they're playing on the device. So it actually has the app. You open up and you start watching the videos, and as they go along, okay, you can actually press record and you can screen record the videos while they're playing in the app. So the app has a built-in screen recorder, and that records the videos because even the device itself cannot share the videos. It doesn't decrypt the videos. It can play the videos, but it cannot decrypt them and save them in a playable format. You actually have to play the videos and use the app itself to screen record them, and then that converts them to a playable format. So that's kind of weird and a little bit difficult to get the actual videos off of this camera. And here it even goes one step further. Even after you screen record whatever you want to see, and you can take a snapshot, okay? But even after you do that, those actual files are not stored in your standard gallery that will show up on your phone. So you have to play them within the app. They are actually stored deep within an Android system file that's not detectable by your standard Android gallery apps, they're not going to detect them. They don't know where they're at. They're not going to pick them up because it's not stored in its own folder where you can read it. It's stored about 10 levels deep inside the Android system. It took me actually quite a while to find out where the files were stored so that I could pull them off of my phone and actually use them in this video. So the device works really good, and I'm not sure what the purpose is of making the file so hard to get. I'm sure that there's security concerns with somebody stealing your Ring device or your little, doorbell camera and taking and getting the videos for themselves. I mean, even though they're encrypted, it doesn't stop somebody from stealing the device. They're just not going to watch the videos on it, okay? But you're not going to get them. If the device turns off, you're not getting them. You can't pull the card out, and if they turn the device off, then pull the battery out. You're still not getting the files, all right? So they've made the files on this thing really hard to get off. And I'm sure that's a security protocol for your benefit, but whether that's beneficial to you or not, that's up to you. To me, as the reviewer who needed to get the files off of the camera so that I could show them to you, it was a big, huge pain in the butt. Okay? On a normal basis, I would not need to do that because I would just, if you're just using them to review and see who went to your door, and if something happened that you needed to record, you could use the built-in screen recorder. And they do have a way that you can share the file, like a share function, where you can email it, or you can WhatsApp it or something. You can text message it. So once the file is recorded and saved in the camera, then they actually have a share option that's pretty easy that allows you to share it out of the camera. Okay, but if you want to get access to the file itself directly on your phone after you've done the screen record, it's really difficult to find, okay? All right, so the best option is just to share it. All right, so as far as that goes, it's fine. Let's sum this little review up. I think the camera does a very good job. The battery life is still at about 85% after a week, and a lot of video saved. The video quality is totally acceptable. It's not amazing, but it is acceptable for what its purpose is. Detection ratio was good and didn't have a lot of false positive. It needed to be a little bit wider than it is. It's very narrow. The detection area is very narrow, but it works. And the only thing that for me was a little bit of a downside was how difficult it was to get the files off of the camera, but that may be something that you want. All right, guys, so now I'm going to show you the installation montage and the app setup montage that you've been waiting for, and so let's get into that. To install the SD card, you're going to need to take the back off, and before you install the batteries, the SD card goes right here. Okay, so we'll put that in right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the batteries. Positive goes up. Make sure to find the positive symbol right here on your battery. Put them in like that and press down. Now we'll reinstall the cover. Now it's time to download the app. So we're going to scan this with our Android phone. If you have a QR scanner app, you can just scan this right here like this, and then it will take you to the Cloud Edge app right there, and we'll install the Cloud Edge app. Okay, so once you've installed the app and opened it up, it's prepared to set the camera up. All right, so I'm going to offer a piece of advice that I offer on all of my smart devices videos. This camera is a smart device. It connects to your home Wi-Fi network, and as you do a lot of your other smart devices, okay? My personal preference for smart devices is not to add them to my main network. This would be the network that would have your PC, tablet, and smartphones connected to it. Okay, there's a lot of information on those devices, and any device that you connect to your main network is a doorway that, if hacked, could allow backdoor access into your network and by proxy all of the things connected to it. So as far as smart devices, I prefer setting up my own network just for smart devices. This is what's called an Internet of Things network, or an IoT network. Now, most routers have what's called a guest network that you can activate, which would basically allow your friends that come over or people that visit to have access to the internet, but they're not accessing your main network. You're just your guest network. It's an isolated network. You could use that, but regardless of which network that you're going to use, whether your main one or a guest network or a separate network, you need to be logged into that network on your phone. So the network you want to connect your camera to is the one that you need to be logged in on your phone before you begin the setup process. Okay, so in my case, I'm on my guest network here. All right, now, all of these IoT devices require that you create your own login and your own account, so I'm going to go through that process. Okay, so now once you've got your login created, it's time to add the device. So if you don't know how to do that, they have a quick guide here that'll show you, but we'll just walk through here. And you choose which one you want. Smart doorbell. So that's what we got right here, is the smart doorbell device.
Please power on the device.
Okay. Now I've pressed the button here to power it on. Okay.
Press the bell button and tap next.
We're going to press the bell button and tap next. It's asking for position. Basically, allow it. I'm going to allow this time.
Please reset the device by holding the reset button for 5 seconds. Wait for the indicator light to flash red.
Alright, so now we're going to use this little pin to go in this right here. Hold for 5 seconds. Okay.
Select the Wi-Fi network you want to sync with. Please choose a 2.4G network, then enter your network password. Please remove the protective film from your camera lens. Tap next to show your QR code.
Okay, now we've got a QR code, and we'll read that with the camera. We see the flashing going on here.
Connecting. Please wait a moment.
And it's connected.
Put camera and phone at the place of camera installation. Press next to enter network diagnostic.
And now there we go. So we see that we can see the studio lights above you. That's the camera pointing up. And you can hear that I'm talking and it's trying to come through here. Alright guys, well that's how you set it up, and it seems to work okay. So now I'm going to go install this device. It's actually raining right now. You might even hear some of the rain in the background, a little bit of a raindrops on my office building. But I'm going to go, once it stops raining, I'll install this, walk you through that, and then we'll let it run for a while and see how it does. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey, the Gadget Man here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the new feature that YouTube has announced called Super Thanks. And this is the viewer ability to basically give the creators a tip. You know, we don't make a whole lot of money from our videos, especially me. I do a lot of work on my videos to try to make them good for you. And, you know, I do them because I want to help people out. But, you know, it's good to be appreciated. So if you've got a couple extra bucks, I'd appreciate if you throw them my way. If you don't, please enjoy the video. They're out there. I put them out there for free so that you can. But, you know, I would appreciate it if you could. Thanks a whole lot, and have a great day. Until next time, this is the Gadget Man saying, I'll see you later.